Okay, here we are on the Artie Clear Show down at the Baltimore Convention Center with Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest boxers of all time. Roy, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain.
Roy, I know you do a lot of work with Jim Lampley and HBO and all the fights that are going on. You're on TV. How do you like being an analysis or a guy, the color analyst, to boxing and not being in the ring?
Well, I love being a color commentator, but I don't like it more than I like being in the ring because I love the ring more because I can dictate and show you. I ain't got to tell it to you. I can show it to you. So it's funner to show it than to tell it. But I do enjoy my team, and I do enjoy doing the color commentary because I get to break it down from a fighter's perspective and give it to the public the way that the public can understand it.
I actually like what you do for HBO because you really do have the public understanding what you're talking about. And you make it easier for the public to watch that fight at the same time. And there's so many opinions going on with Howard Lenderman and then Jim Lampley and yourself. Even Manny Stover's a great guy for that
right.
too. Myself personally, I want to ask you this question of what's the best fight that you fought and who's the best fighter you fought against?
The best fight I fought was probably probably a toss-up between the James Toney and the John Ruiz fight. But the best fight I fought was by far James Toney in his prime.
James Lights Out Tony, right?
Yes. In his prime, Lights Out Tony was one of the best that I ever faced. I knew I was going to beat him, and I knew I could beat him because I mentally was better than him. But he was one of the best I ever faced. The better fights was that fight and the Ruiz fight because I gave Ruiz up so much weight, and I still broke him down mentally and took him apart. So those were my best two.
Right now, of course, there's a big, gigantic controversy. Timothy Bradley, Manny Pacquiao. They call it a disgrace. I say it's the biggest robbery since the Brinks job. What's your opinion on that decision there?
I agree with you 100%. First thing is, let's not take it out on Timothy Bradley because Timothy Bradley, even after the fight, when they asked him what you think happened, he said, I have to go home and watch it and see. That tells you that he knows truthfully in his heart that he didn't beat Pacquiao in that ring that night. He wanted to go watch and see if it was a reason or what reason they awarded him the decision, but he didn't agree with it right away, or he would have said, I clearly won the fight. You know right away after the fight if you won or not. He know he didn't win that fight.
For myself, I had it Manny Pacquiao, like maybe 9 rounds to 3 to the best.
That's exactly what I had at best.
At best, nine rounds to 3. Boxing's always had a good name and then a black eye to it and a bad name. It's such a shame that for so many great fights are out there, it's such a shame that, it's coming down to these controversial decisions and these judges. If you had your druthers, would you just let the referee be the judge of the whole fight, not the 3 judges, and let the referee raise their hand like the old days?
Either that, or I would do like Dana White does with the MMA. I'll become commissioner. I'll oversee everything. And if there's a problem or unjust, I will go back and redo or undo the ingest and make sure the correct winner wins the fight. If it's so close that it's controversial, we'll leave it as being just fight again.
Okay, now they're going to rematch Bradley and Manny Pacquiao, right?
Maybe. They said maybe. If I was Pacquiao, I wouldn't do it because he has no reason to. He beat the heck out of Bradley the first time. What you got to fight him again for so they can rob you again?
I guess I agree with that. I know that everyone wants to see Pacquiao Mayweather. Of course, everyone wants to. If they do fight, in your opinion, who do you think would win that fight?
Well, I think Floyd's a bigger man. I think Floyd's the quicker fighter, the more skilled fighter as far as pound-for-pound skills go. However, we can't take away from Manny Pacquiao's punching power because his punching power is his only key. He's not going to outbox Floyd, and I don't think he's going to outwork Floyd. But he has punching power that is so superb that he can put anybody out. So that's his key. So if there's an early knockout, you got to go towards Pacquiao. If the fight goes over 12 rounds, you got to go toward Mayweather.
I agree with that. Last question for you. Danny Garcia just got done a gigantic upset against Amar. Yeah. What did you think about that fight?
Well, Amir Khan, a lot of times the fighters get with a trainer and the fighter kind of forgets himself. You got to remember who you are. Amir Khan has to remember that your chin has always been a little bit suspect. So you can't go out there and just bomb away with guys that can punch like Danny Garcia because Prescott knocked you out in 45 seconds of the first round. That lets you know that your chin is suspect. Knowing that, you got to be careful how you go in and attack these guys. You got to attack them, but prepare to attack them on the defensive. Meaning that while you're offensive, you still got to stay on your P's and Q's. You don't have the best chin. One punch threw him off, and then he was not able to recover. And it's because we all know in the boxing world, some fighters have a good chin, Some fighters don't. Some fighters have a suspect chin. Sometimes good, sometimes not. Lately, my chin hasn't been the best, but it just happens. So you can't really tell. But when a guy has a suspect chin, he has to perform with respect for that suspect chin.
I want to ask you this question. If you could be a professional athlete and you could be a boxer or a basketball player, what would you be?
Today, I would be a basketball player. The money's guaranteed, it's much easier, and the career is much longer.
Yeah, but you would love basketball, do you not?
I said today I would be a basketball player. That's why I said that.
I seen you in some stuff that I don't know. Did you try out for an NBA team
I
one
played
year?
on USBL for a couple of years, about 5 or 6 years. Had a great time playing in the USBL. Met a lot of players, played against a lot of NBA players, so I had a great time.
You did a great job, and thank you so much, Roy.
Appreciate it.
Right, thank you.